The MD Designs 305 Wing Sprint Car Series is on the air. Live from Lakeland, Florida and USA International Speedway, it's race 1 of Season 2. This broadcast being brought to you by MD Designs, located in Norfolk, Virginia. They paint real helmets for real racers. This broadcast also being brought to you in part by Moonlit Designs. If you're in need of a weighted blanket, they can produce unique and remarkable blankets and other comfort items that you'll love to own. You can find them on their Facebook page or on their website. Moonlit Designs. Sorry, Moonlit Dreams. I do apologize, folks. First night with the new sponsor, Moonlit Dreams. You can find them on their website, moonlitdreams.net. Griffith Stone. For all your field stone needs out of Crossville, Tennessee, Griffith Stone. And Trent Goodrow Designs. Got something going through your mind, you want to see it on your race car, Trent Goodrow's who you want to look up. You can find him on his Facebook page. And of course, Bofa Broadcasting is brought to you in part by XS Sim Gear. For all your sim racing peripherals at a reasonable price the average working person can afford, XS Sim Gear. And we here at Bofa Broadcasting do proudly support pulmonary hypertension awareness, one of the most difficult to diagnose terminal illnesses in the world, because it masks itself as so many other terminal illnesses. For more information on how you can get pH aware, go to phaware.global. Well, folks, here we are. Season 2 getting ready to kick underway at the 3/4 mile USA International Speedway in Lakeland, Florida. 305 sprint cars on the track. Doesn't get any better than this, folks. Joint Trapasso up in the booth with you tonight, running solo. Solo, I can't even hear myself think. I'm sober, these are the jokes, bear with me. Anyways. Oh, crab and Italy. So, hot laps underway right now. Matt Dale showing the way. Steve Allison sitting second quick. I'm sorry, Nick Schneider just bumping Steve Allison off of second quick. They're starting to lay some rubber down. The times are starting to really pick up here. You know, for a 305 crate motor, and let's think about this for a moment, folks. Normally, when you watch sprint car racing on TV, first thing that pops into your mind is probably going to be the World of Outlaws if you're from the States. Those are 410 sprinters running on methanol. You're talking capable of 900 plus horsepower. On occasion, MAV TV, if you happen to have MAV, will show 360 sprints. Me being from Central New York, we get the Empire Super Sprints and the United Race Group sprint cars, which are 360s. Again, on methanol, you're looking somewhere in the neighborhood of 500 to 600 horsepower. Still nothing to, be embarrassed about. And then you've got the 305 sprint cars, which don't run in a lot of areas in the country, but you're talking a 305 crate motor carbureted on gasoline. Essentially, think of it as early 80s Camaro, early 80s Mustang, something around that general vicinity as far as what these guys are running in these cars. So you're talking maybe 350, maybe on a really, really, really good day and a really, really good tune, 400 horsepower at best. And these guys are honking around here at a pretty good clip. Pole time right now is 20.5. These guys are hauling off into turn number 1 north of 120 miles an hour. That's moving it. So a few new things to go over this season as far as what to expect. And I just want to make sure I find the right information here. Griffith Stone out of Crossville, Tennessee. Crossville? Yes. Crossville, Tennessee is going to be sponsoring the Bounty Challenge. Now, what that is anybody who qualifies in the top 5 is eligible for this. If they elect to take an EOL at the start of the race and go to the tail of the field, if they happen to be able to come back to win the event, and you have to do it all in the same event here, so you qualify in the top 5, go to the tail of the field, and win the event, there's a $10 bounty for that thing. So that being said, while we are still
user was moved to your channel.
While we still are under the hot lap session here, we're going to touch base real quick with Trent Goodrow of Trent Goodrow Designs. Trent, I've seen some of your work, and I've got to say I'm very impressed with a lot of the stuff you're able to put out right now.
Thank you.
So, how can somebody get in touch with you if they want a race car painted?
Well, just head on over to our Facebook page, Trent Goodrow Designs, and send us a PM, and either me or my buddy Derek will get in touch with you and get the paint made.
All right. So, any car in iRacing is fair game, or there's some that you look at the templates like I have and just went, yeah, no.
Mostly just the oval cars. I've seen a lot of the road course stuff, and that tends to get difficult, so I'm mostly staying towards the oval stuff, but even if anybody wants a road car, I'll try my best at it.
Alright, fair enough. Trent, we'll let you get back up in there. Best of luck to you tonight, and hopefully we're talking to you in about 40 laps time.
Thank you.
User was moved out of your channel.
Alright, so that is going to do it for the hot lap session. Qualifying getting ready to get underway here. As Trent actually making his way out on the track right now. Driving the Curb Records number 31. And again, that's one of Trent's designs right there. So if you're looking for some quality short track paint, Trent's your guy. You gotta respect what these guys are able to do with these wing sprint cars. Now, for those of you who normally would run a pavement track, I doubt you'd ever put 8 inches of stagger on the car purposefully. As Tom Carberry getting ready to... let me make sure I got trading things up before we go too much further, folks. Dalton Connor cranking one off. There's Matt Dell in the 107. Steve Allison goes to the top of the board in the Coca-Cola 95. Oops. That's not what we wanted to do. Seth Geary in the 7 goes quick time, 20.6. We're going to follow along with Jamie Russell in the 27 right now. So... 18 cars have taken time so far. Wally Beatty out on track right now. He's getting after one. Chris Condor in the Miller Genuine Draft, number 19, laying one down, going 15th quick. Top 20 are going to make the field. Mike Henry out on track in the Spaceballs, the sprint car. That's not what I wanted to do. Henry going 4th quick. There's about 6 minutes left in the hot laps or the qualifying session right now. 23 cars have taken time. There's a couple cars that have yet to roll one out there. As that's gonna about do it looks like. Geary laying one down, going over a full 10th to the good. Now, I would like to remind everybody, this is your first time watching the 305 Wing Sprint Cars. What they do is they start you out on 3 gallons of fuel, at which point you are allowed to pit at your discretion until those 3 gallons run out, and then you can fill it to however high you want to go. So what you're generally going to see is you're going to see him take the green, make probably 4 or 5 laps, pit it under green, and then hopefully we don't get a caution. Now, one thing to be mindful of is that we don't generally get tire wear per se on the pavement side with the dirt cars, because the dirt cars just they don't have tire wear, which I hope when and or if iRacing ever releases the big block dirt modified that they run in the northeast of the U.S., they do actually make that a thing, because anybody that's ever been to Super Dirt Week knows that you can beat the ever-loving tar out of a set of tires in a 200-lap race. Also, refueling needs to become a thing as well. But I digress. Being as we are on the pavement side right now, you can refuel, and that's what these guys are going to be doing tonight. So, something to be mindful of. As looks like 23 cars in the session, and a handful of them not going to be hot lapping the cars for the qualifying session. Just about 3 minutes left, so if you have to use a little driver's room, I would suggest doing so now. You are, of course, watching a presentation of the MD Designs 305 Sprint Series. MD Designs, located in Virginia, painting real-life racing helmets. So if you...
User was moved to your channel.
If you need your real-life equipment painted, Mark Bremkamp, I believe you have an inside lane to the people at MD Designs. Hello, Mark. Hello, Mark. Apparently, Mark not with us right now.
User was moved out of your channel.
So joining us now up in the booth is going to be Chris Walker. Chris, I believe Colin just sent you up here to give us a hand tonight in the broadcast.
Hey, how's it going, Tony? I'm just hanging out tonight. Figured I'd join you guys.
Well, good to have you up here. Now, for the people just joining us and somebody that doesn't know who you are, what can you tell us about your racing past?
Well, I'm running in the Top Fuel Racing DW12 series presently. We race on Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock.
Which you can find right here on Bofa Broadcasting.
That's right. You guys do a great job.
Well, Chris, good to have you up here with us tonight. How are you looking going into Brands Hatch this week?
I'm looking pretty confident going into Brands Hatch. I've clocked probably about 1,000 laps there. Done hot pit stops, cold pit stops. Did race pace. Did whole race distances over the past couple weeks. I'm really strong on the road courses, and I think that's going to help me out a lot.
Absolutely. The first race that I remember doing with you guys was Mid-Ohio, which was just fun to watch. So looking forward to that one on Wednesday night. So qualifying getting ready to end right now here at USA, as we're going to pull up the results. Seth Geary going quick time, Steve Allison, Dalton Connor, Mike Henry, Matt Dale rounding out your top five. As the cars are going to start to group up now. Starting up on the point, Seth Geary in the number 7. Steve Allison's going to be joining him on the front row. Row number 2 is going to go to Dalton Connor and Mike Henry. Row 3 is going to see Matt Dale and Tom Carberry. Nick Schneider and Tyler Clem make up row number 4. Row 5 is going to see Josh Gaiman and Tom Goodrow. Jamie Russell and Colin Penn make up row number 6. Row 7 is going to see Casey Tuller and Chris Conder, Cornder. Sorry, Chris. Row number 8 is going to see Jeremy Rigney and Doug Welch. Dave Hayne and Mark Bremkamp make up row number 9. Row 10 is going to see Jason Griffith and Robert Smith. Wally Beatty not putting up a time. Doug Wysocki, I'm sorry, Beatty did put up a time. 20 going 21st. Doug Wysocki rounding out row 11. And last car to actually put up a time, Philip Daniels Jr. Not certain if Tyler Reed is actually going to take the green tonight. So, that being said, 40 laps on the slate. And for those of you who have never seen the MD Designs 305 Pavement Sprint Car Series in action, the way the iRacing algorithm works is minimum stagger that you can actually have on the wing sprint car, unfortunately, is 8 inches, which any place other than maybe Oxford Plains, you'd need to have your head examined in real life if you tried that one. As the field's starting to roll off here. And Seth Geary already going after the bounty. Those of you joining us late, there is a bounty that anyone that qualified in the top 5, if you choose to take an EOL, and happen to win the race, it's an extra $10 in your pocket. And that's going to hand the lead of the event, or the front row, over to Allison in the 95 and the 220. Where the hell is he? 225 of Dalton Connor. As the pace car makes its way onto pit road. 40 laps of scheduled distance here. I'm sorry, last lap of pacing as they work their way down the backstretch. Seems weird, Chris, to have a roof pace car pacing sprint cars.
Yeah, it sure is.
Field working its way out of turn number 4. Green flag is out, and we are live from Lakeland. Connor making the most of that move up that he had coming. Was originally slated to start 3rd. The inside row moved up, and Connor is showing the way right now. As Allison and Henry side by side coming off of turn 2. They sorted out. Henry's going to slot in behind. As Allison looks to the inside of Connor as they come down the back straightaway.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And we are under caution already. Ouch. Chris Cornder getting it stuck in the wall. What happened there? Keep your eye on the genuine draft number 19, folks. 28 of David Hayne lost it, and Cornder had absolutely nowhere to go and just put the left front wheel through the concrete. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. Bremkamp out on track right now. He actually pit started that thing. And no real surprise here. Everybody taking it pit side. Starting with only 3 gallons of fuel. Why gamble when you basically got a free stop right here?
Yeah, it looks like the 28 just got a little loose coming out of the corner and corrected, slowed down, and 19 came up and tagged him.
Yeah, he was slowing down right at the point where you're generally picking up the throttle, so that's a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of moment there. And Mike Henry winning the battle off pit road. Not sure if he got enough fuel in that one. Only 8 seconds in his stall. That's going to pick him up a good handful of spots. Came in fourth and coming out first. Dale picking up a couple of spots in the 107. Schneider picking up a couple of spots. Allison losing 4 spots. Josh Gaiman picking up a handful of spots as well. And Dalton Connor busted for speeding. Oh, from the penthouse to the outhouse. As Bremkamp looking to get the wave around already. Looks like he got his pit stop out of the way early. As Light's getting ready to go out on the roof pace car right now. Or not? And it looks like Coroner's night might be done. Once again, you are watching a presentation of the MD Designs 305 Sprint Series. If you like the action that you're seeing tonight, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. If you want to get in on future events, go ahead and drop a comment below with your iRacing screen name. We'll get it passed along to Colin and the kids and see if we can't get you added into a future event. As Bremkamp finally getting the wave around. Henry in the Spaceballs, the sprint car, we break for nobody, number 15. Leads the field down the back straightaway. 7 laps in the books. Going to get ready to start lap 8. So it'll be 33 to go at the green. Roof pace car getting ready to make that hard left turn. And Henry picks up the trigger in the middle of turn 4, and we are back live at Lakeland. Schneider getting a great jump on the inside line, side by side with Dale down the back straightaway. They haul him off into turn number 3, still side by side. Allison trying to get a way around as Dale, with the power move, able to keep it wound up off of 4, going to get the spot. Allison still trying to figure out a way around. They're side by side for 5th right now. Henry, Dale, Schneider, Allison, Damon, and Clem, your top 6. Throw a blanket over them. And don't count out Trent Goodrow right now.
Well, Damon, Clem, and Goodrow have been duking it out for about the past 2 laps since the green flag came out.
Well, Gaiman is up into the number 4 spot right now. And Clem is trying to reel him back in. Unfortunately, Steve Allison just getting it all wrong on that restart. Is now from, it was in the lead when the caution came out, is now mired back in 7th.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, David got in the wall.
Yes, he did.
Oh, excuse me, I think that was Allison that got in the wall a few laps earlier.
Tom Carberry just tried to knock down the turn 4 wall in the previous lap. As he's now slugging it out with Jeremy Rigney and Seth Geary. Your pole sitter, Geary, already up into 10. This field's starting to get a little bit strung out now.
carburetor is dropping back a little bit, and he's feeling all sorts of pressure from Geary and Russell right now.
Well, he had to have messed up the Z-link on that car about 5 laps ago when he tried to knock down the turn 4 wall. Almost took out the electrical box there under the flag stand. As the tires starting to get a little heat into them, you gotta wonder, are these guys using up their equipment too soon? Meanwhile, Mike Henry, half a second to the good. Matt Dale sitting in second within striking distance. And don't count out Josh Gament and Nick Schneider, as they are still duking it out for the final podium spot right now.
Yellow.
And Jason Griffith getting it all wrong. Let's see what happened there to the M&M's 985. Generally referred to as stepping on one's own junk coming off the corner. Just overcooked it on corner exit, and around she went. We are back under caution. Now the question here, Chris, is anybody actually going to pit for tires here tonight? 17 laps to go, and you know these tires are getting hot. They're getting greasy. What do you do?
I'd have to imagine the pit. Everybody might be all right on fuel, but if these tires are getting chewed up the way it looks like, yeah, you got to pit.
And for those of you not familiar with iRacing, in the dirt cars, there is no tire wear. However, there is tire heat, and that vastly affects the amount of traction that you have. As Condor getting one of his 2 laps back. And Chris, I'm sure you can attest to this. These tires get hot, they get greasy, and it's like driving on ice in January in upstate New York with no salt on the road.
It's absolutely horrible. It's hanging on, and you know, I heard it described as when the car has no grip and you're tight, you're just trying to keep up with the car at that point. You just can't do it.
Well, had a couple of takers go down pit road. Robert Smith in the 8. Now the question is, with 22 to go, is there enough time for Smith to be able to claw back through the field? Now he is going to be on fresh tires, but how big of a difference is that going to make? We're 15 laps into this event. You know, we just ran a good 10 laps, you know, as a hot lap, and you know, you got to wonder, is it going to be able to work?
Well, I think halfway to go, we may see another caution, maybe about another 10 or 15 laps. Then certainly we'll have some takers on that strategy, and maybe Smith will have a good shot at that point. He can stay out on those tires if he babies them.
Yeah, but we both have seen Smith drive. Smith doesn't know how to baby anything. He's, from the word go, he is go. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, as David Hayne in the 28 taking it behind the wall. Or not. Having connection issues, that's what it is. 4-digit pings are never a good thing. As the field's starting to form up 2 by 2 here. So your current top 5, Henry, Dale, Gaiman, Schneider, and Goodrow, as we are working through the 3-4 complex. Henry gonna have control of the field one more time. As they pick the trigger up, coming off of turn number 4, we are back live at Lakeland. And Josh Gaiman in the King's number 77 just bombs it in on Matt Dale. And Dale able to keep it wound up a little bit better on the high side. He, from the looks of it, that second lane up, not right down there at the bottom, but a car width up off that bottom seems to be a little more effective. You're able to carry just so much more speed. Oh! That almost ended poorly. It's Nick Schneider almost getting into Tyler Clem. Everybody keeps it collected, and we stay green. As the 27 of Jamie Russell tried to knock down the turn 4 wall, and look who's on the move again. Seth Geary in the Team Florida number 7. Fighting it. He's got a little bit of a wiggle coming off the corner. He was trying to goose it. And we're back under caution. Let's see what the chopper picked up on that one. So you see the 244 there of Rigney go to the inside of... Ouch. That was Steve Allison in the 95. And unfortunately, folks, that's open wheel racing. Wheel-to-wheel contact will tend to do that.
Well, Tony, what are we going to see here? We've got another caution a couple laps later. You think we're going to see some tires?
I'm thinking no, only because I saw what happened at Bristol, and the guys who finished towards the front did not take tires at all. They took fuel towards the beginning of the race, packed the tanks full, and stayed out there. And you take a look at the guys that are up towards the front. You got, and you're hot micing. You got Mike Henry, Matt Dale, Josh Gaiman, Tyler Clem, Nick Schneider. You know, those guys were up front at Bristol too. So it's going to be hard to, you know, bet against what we've seen in the past.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Geary sitting in 8th spot right now.
I'm thinking Geary's not going to take tires only because he's gone from the back to the front once already. I don't think he's going to want to try to do it again.
No, I don't think he's going to do it again, but he's on fresh goodies, and he's been making his way on up there right now with 15-lap fresher tires.
No. He did not go down pit road. He pit when everybody else did, and it doesn't look like anybody took tires.
You're right. I stand corrected. No, he pit, and he's on 25 laps on that run.
The only one who's got fresh tires is going to be Robert Smith in the 18 and possibly Steve Allison. No, I'm sorry. Chris Cornder in the 19. I believe those are the only two that have actually taken tires. Steve Allison doesn't look like... Yeah, no, he just burned a fast repair. That's all he did. So, Light's getting ready to go back out on the pace car. So, definitely going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. As Henry, Dale, Gaiman, Clem, Schneider, Goodrow, Rigney, Geary, who started shotgun on the field in the 23rd starting spot, is already up to 8th. We are 12 to go. It looks like we're going to be... Okay, we are now 11 to go. We are going to be 10 to go when the green flag comes back out. This is where you pull the belts tight, put them up on the dash, and go, yep, come get me. Is Henry going to have control of the field one more time as they work their way through the 3-4 complex here at the now defunct in real life Lakeland, Florida, USA International Speedway. And Henry gags it again, and we are back live from Lakeland. Dale getting a great jump from the outside line. Tyler Clem slotting into third. Here comes Josh Gaiman again. It's Clem looking on the inside of Dale. Not able to get it done quite yet. 9 to go. Going to be 8 to go this coming time across the stripe. Gary up to 6th. And you can tell how greasy those tires are getting just by how much they're fighting those wheels right now. And we are back under caution. Bremkamp getting it all wrong. What happened here? Did he have help? Oh, yes, he did. Pointing the wrong way on a one-way street. Able to keep it wound up, though. Let's watch that one again. See what the chopper picked up. Get to the chopper. Just flat run over by Casey Teller. I dare say we're going to have about a 2-lap shootout when we go back to green. So, Chris, if you're anybody in the top 4, are you gambling on the restart?
I'm staying out.
No, on the restart. I know you're staying out, but if we do go back to green.
You know, I've been watching Dale and I've been watching Gaiman a little bit, setting up the 2 in the front. And, you know, if those guys can pull the outside like I think they can on the start, after watching Michael Henry go at it for the last 3 restarts, I think they might have picked up a little something from him.
Fair enough. And the thing is, too, he's been restarting. Excuse me. It looks like he's been restarting it right about the same exact spot, too. As soon as he gets to that barrel at the end of the pit road, he's been pulling the trigger there.
Yeah, I think he's been practicing as much as those tires are going to grip. He's going to find the spot that those tires are going to start sticking on, and that's where he's going to nut it.
So the question is, has Dale picked up on that? You know, has Dale been paying attention as well as you and I have? I mean, now granted, you know, we can Monday morning quarterback this all we want, but you know, if Dale's been paying attention, I think Henry's going to be in trouble when they get to turn 1.
No, I think you're 100% correct, Tony. If Dale's been picking up on anything that Henry's been putting down for him, then he should have picked up on that. And that's going to be his only saving factor, because Henry gets such a big jump on it that everybody else can be fighting for second.
And that's, you know, standard operating procedure, really, when you come to a short track. As looks like the field is formed up. Question is, when are the lights going out on the... There they go. We are going to have a green-white checker. So Mike Henry has control of the field. Matt Dale is going to have one shot at him. Tyler Clem has got to have the restart of his life. And everybody from Josh Gaiman back has to hope for a miracle. They're working their way through the 3-4 complex. Here we go. He stutter stepped him.
Green.
Henry stutter stepped Dale. Dale, unfortunately, did not get the restart he needed. Bombs it into one, gets to his inside, puts the bumper to him as they work their way down the back straightaway here at Lakeland. Going to be one lap to go this coming time to cross the stripe. And Henry sideways, Dale gets sideways.
Damon got shuffled all the way back in the 6th spot on that restart. Oh, Clem takes a bump.
These guys are driving their backsides off right now. One final shot at him. Matt Dale trying to get there. Tyler Clem trying to get there. Oh, and there's the big one. Henry hangs on. Dale hangs on for second. Clem for third. Let's go back and take a look at what happened as soon as I can find cars that have stopped moving. Keep your eye on the 116 of Nick Schneider. Get sideways and just get pile driven repeatedly. Seth Gary catching a huge piece of that one too. Let's watch the replay of this one again. Watch Gary in the 7. Ming. And let's see. Tyler Clem. Not in TeamSpeak. Matt Dale.
User was moved to your channel.
Matt Dale joining us now. Coming home in the number 2 spot. Matt, talk us through that last restart. Did he was the stutter step on purpose, or did you just guess a split second wrong?
I kind of guessed on him, and that's the only way I was going to beat him, is if I could get on the outside of him. And the only way to do that was to guess, and I guessed a little wrong, but I don't think I could have got him unless I moved him.
And we've seen you race enough, Matt, to know that you're not the type of guy that's going to move somebody just to win a race. But congratulations on the podium nonetheless. Great way to start the season here, season 2. Congratulations on the podium.
Thanks, man.
Moving next week, we're going to South Boston. Talk to us your thoughts going to that tight confine.
I've never raced him at South Boston. Actually, that was the first time I ran him at UAS, and I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, I just sit on the pole and just lead from there. That's the only way I'm gonna be. I think South Boston's just so tight; it's gonna be so hard to pass too.
You're not wrong there. Anybody you want to thank tonight, Matt?
I mean, I'll give a shout out to myself, MD Designs, but that's pretty much it.
Well, Matt, congratulations. Now, MD Designs, talk us through what you guys do.
I custom paint helmets and sell helmets, Simpson, Bill, Impact, all that stuff, but mainly just try to keep it, just paint them. I will sell them and paint them, but mainly just paint them.
Fair enough. So how can somebody get in touch with you if they're looking to have a helmet painted?
We're on Facebook, and then my cell phone number, that's up there on Facebook too. Just message me or text me or call me, whatever. It is my cell phone number, so I'm easy to get a hold of.
All right, so MD Designs, Matt Dale, congratulations on the podium. Looking forward to seeing you next week at Sobo.
Yep, I'll be there. User was moved out of your channel. User was moved
And
to
reaching
your
out
channel.
now to the man of the hour, driving Spaceballs, the sprint car, Mr. Mike Henry. Mike, congratulations. Hard-fought victory, sir.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, first win with this series. First win on anything with asphalt, really. I never really had good luck with it, but yeah, it's crazy. I congratulated Matt after that race. I've never fought on this or in real life for a win in my life, and that was like, I'm shaking right now. It was good fun.
Well, it was definitely something to be proud of. You had a hell of a race. You kept out of trouble all night long. And you made the most of. I don't know if you're aware that Seth actually went after the. There was a bounty for anyone in the top 5. So Seth went after that, and you made the most of getting the move up. So congratulations there, sir.
Yeah, I kind of figured Seth would. I mean, Seth is another Florida boy, just like Tyler, just like Josh. We all actually race against each other every once in a while and hang out at the races. Seth is froggy like that. He will go for the extra glory, and 9 times out of 10, he'll come on top. I mean, he is a hell of a driver. But hey, I'm just glad I won one for once.
Well, I'm not sure if you caught any of the carnage that happened behind you coming to the checkers, but Seth caught a race car to the face. Tom Carberry caught a race car to the face. Doug Welch caught a race car to the face. Nick Schneider was the race car that was caught to the face, as was Dalton Connor. I don't know if you caught any of that or not.
Tony, honestly, I don't even remember looking in my mirror for the last probably 6-7 green flag laps.
Can't say I blame you on that one, my friend. Can't say I blame you on that one. So the series moves to South Boston next week. Talk to us your thoughts about going to the tight confines of that one.
It's going to be interesting. I mean, definitely, it's a lot. To me, it's a lot more of a driver's track than USA, because USA is more of a kind of like a stop and go track, almost like a Martinsville with banking. But it's going to be interesting because if somebody has an accident, bumps off a wall, anything, it's going to be mayhem. I mean, it'll be the big one every time we have a caution.
South Boston kind of reminds me of a pavement version of Bristol.
Yeah, with a lot less banking, which we I ran the Bristol race at the end of last year, or end of last season, and that was a lot of fun. I mean, it was good fun. It was just, I wish we could raise these cars up about another 3 inches, because I feel bad for the driver. I feel bad for the guy that's driving my car, because he's going to have back problems in his life. But yeah, the last couple, other than Bristol, we've had nothing but top 3s with this series. From Nick and everybody running out at y'all's first broadcast race at I think it was Myrtle Beach.
Yep.
I mean, Martinsville, fighting Alex Bowman for I think 3rd, and we had a good car at Bristol. We got caught up in a wreck, and 3 minutes of towing back to the garage kind of takes you out of a race.
Well, again, Mike, congratulations on the win tonight. Now, I got to ask you the obligatory question. Who painted your race car?
Honestly, I cannot tell you. I was just scrolling through Trading Paints one night, actually watching Space, like going on a Mel Brooks marathon with Spaceballs and Blazing Saddles. And as I put Spaceballs in, or my fiance put the DVD in, I come across it, and I'm like, it had to be good luck, or somebody trying to tell me something.
Well, somebody was trying to tell you something. They're telling you to put that on your car, and you're going to win the season opener of season 2 of the MD Designs 305 Sprint Series. Congratulations, Mike. Looking forward to seeing you next week at South Boston.
Appreciate it, guys. Can't wait.
All right. And finally joining us now, league admin, Mr. Colin Penn. Now, Colin, you were able to battle back for a top 10 finish. I know that you were one of the cars that caught a race car to the face coming to the checker. Talk us through what you saw there.
I just saw a lot of guys racing hard for not many positions. You're going to have that when you go green with, I think we went green with 2 laps to go or something like that.
Correct.
I mean, overall, we had a pretty good race, I'd say, for, we have a lot of new guys in here this season, so, everybody's still getting acclimated to the cars and all that stuff, so I'm pretty excited for South Boston next week, see what happens.
Well, how about Seth Gary wasted no time going after the why am I drawing a blank? The Griffith Stone challenge tonight. Took the pole, took the EOL, and was able to bounce back to 5th.
Yeah, that we thought that was going to be a definitely a fun little incentive, so we decided to throw that one in there this year. Yeah, that was a pretty good run for him. You know, he started 20th and, like you said, got back up to the top 5. I mean, that's pretty tough to do. You know, like I said, with the pitting and all that stuff, that really throws that extra monkey wrench into it. You know, you can either stack it full of fuel and be there for a minute and, you know, be good at the end, or I think he actually might have took a little bit less fuel than everybody and was able to pick up some spots on pit road.
From the looks of it, he packed it about as full as he dared pack it. His pit stop was actually longer than yours.
Oh, well, there we go then. I guess I was watching the wrong car.
So, well, Colin, the series moves to Sobo next week, Motor Mile Speedway in South Boston, Virginia. Talk us through your thoughts on the tight confines of Sobo.
I'm pretty excited for it. When we were there last season, it was a tough race for sure, but we were still experimenting with, you know, how much fuel to put in the cars and all that stuff. So last race we ran there, we actually all started with 30 gallons, so the car was not very friendly to drive. Going there next week, you know, we'll keep our same format that we've been doing, with starting with 3 gallons of fuel, you know, making it to where you got to have a pit stop. So, you know, it's that monkey wrench that you never know what's going to happen. Cautions could fall your way, or, you know, it just might go green the whole way and hope you got enough. Like I said, we got a good group of guys here, so I'm pretty excited for the rest of the season to see how it'll go.
Absolutely. Now, Chris, are we going to see you on track next week, or are you going to be back up in the booth?
Oh, well, I'm thinking I'm going to hang out in the booth with you guys next week.
Fair enough, Chris. It was a pleasure having you here tonight. Final thoughts here at USA.
Well, I think this is the first time I'm ever being a part of the whole the Pavement Sprint Car Series and with this league, and I think it was a really good show for you guys.
All right. Well, let's go through the results real quick. Mike Henry making the most of Seth Geary going after the challenge tonight. Henry moved up from his number 3 starting spot, coming home with the victory. Matt Dale, hard-fought second-place finish. Tyler Clem able to hang on for 3rd. Josh Gaiman just battled all night, came home in 5th. Seth Geary was able to claw his way up to 5th, although he did end up on his wing crossing the line. Tom Carberry coming home in 6th. Jamie Russell in 7th. Colin Penn in 8th. Trent Goodrow in 9th. And Dalton Connor in 10th. Casey Tuller in 11th. Jeremy Rigney in 12th. Jason Griffith 13th. 14th going to Steve Allison. Nick Schneider in 15th. Doug Welch in 16th. Mark Bremkamp, Heartbreaker, coming home in 17th. Robert Smith in 18th. Chris Cornder, in his debut, first car 1 lap down, had a decent run going, then got caught up in someone else's dumpster fire, coming home in 19th. And David Hain, the last of the 20 cars to actually take the green, finishing 20th of the cars that actually did take green. Well, that is going to do it for us here tonight. Congratulations again to Mike Henry in the Spaceballs, the sprint car, winning the Season 2 opener. You, of course, have been watching a presentation of the MD Designs 305 Sprint Car Series. You can find Matt Dale on his Facebook page. You want a helmet painted in real life, Matt's the guy you want to talk to. And, of course, we cannot forget Trent Goodrow Designs. You got something going through your mind, you want to see it on your race car, Trent Goodrow is who you want to look up. And big shout out to Griffith Stone for providing tonight's entertainment with the Challenge Series. Seth Geary going after it, coming home in the number 5 spot. So about 4 spots shorter than he needed to be to collect the $10 bounty. That is going to do it for us here tonight. We will see you back here next Monday from South Boston Speedway. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. If you want to get on track next week at Sobo, go ahead and drop a comment below with your iRacing screen name. We'll get it passed along to Colin and the kids and see if we can't see you on track next week. Tomorrow night we will be off. We'll be back Wednesday night with the Top Fuel Racing Series. And the reason we're off tomorrow night is because both Chris, Sam, and myself have to fly all the way over to Coventry, England for Brands Hatch. I'm looking forward to that one, as I'm sure Chris is as well. So we will see you back here Wednesday night on the Bofa Broadcasting channel. Ladies and gentlemen, keep a dirty side down, and we'll catch you next time.